ladies and gentlemen, there's more information that came out about Trump removing protesters, tear gassing and rubber bullets and police on horse pushing the protesters out of the way. Well, guess what? The priests at the church were forcibly removed by police, just so Trump could have his photo op. Now I know why those priests were upset. At first I knew they were upset, but I couldn't figure out how they were upset. Now I know why. This is June 3rd, 2020, in Syracuse.com. A priest who was at St. John Episcopal Church in Lafayette Square in Washington, D.C. on Monday, when police used tear gas and flash bangs explosions to disperse a peaceful protest, described moments of chaos on her social media account. Reverend Jenny Garbassi is a rector at St. John's Episcopal Church in Georgetown, about 2 miles from where police cleared out peaceful protesters to create space for President Donald Trump on Monday evening. I was shaken, not so much by the taste of tear gas and a bit of coughing I still have, but by the fact that that show of force was for a photo opportunity, Garbassi said on Facebook. The patio of St. John Lafayette Square had been holy ground today, a place of respite and laughter and water and granola bars and fruit snacks. But that man turned it into a battleground first, and a cheap political stunt second. Following police removing protesters, Trump posed in front of the church holding a Bible. Garbassi reported that the space around the church remained peaceful until around 6:15 p.m. Shortly after, Garbassi said police stated pushing protesters off H Street, which is between the church and Lafayette Park and the White House. They started using tear gas, and folks were running at us for eye washes or water or wet paper towels, Garbassi said. At one point, Julia, one of the seminarians for the next year, who is a trauma nurse, and I looked at each other in disbelief. I was coughing and her eyes were watering, and we were trying to help people as the police in full riot gear drove people towards us. As others ran, Garbassi said she remained with the Black Lives Matter medic team on site, which had prepared eye wash prior to the protest. She said she saw more tear gas, concussion grenades, and believes she saw someone getting hit by a rubber bullet. Garbassi described the scene where police in riot gear walked into the church patio with metal shields and pushed people off the patio, driving them back. Garbassi estimated that the group was pushed back about 20 feet to K Street. It wasn't until 7 p.m. when Garbassi arrived back at her car that she realized Trump was at the church with a Bible in his hand. We were driven off the patio at St. John's, a place of peace and respite, and medical care throughout the day, so that that man could have a photo opportunity in front of the church, Garbassi wrote on Facebook. People were hurt so that he could pose in front of the church with a Bible He could have had to step over the medical supplies we left behind because we were being tear gassed. So this is what this woman wrote, and she talked about how shaken she was at the time. Marianne E. Buttle, bishop at the Episcopal Diocese of Washington, according to New York Times, watched the scene unfold away from the church, visiting with her mother. Church officials were not told of the plain and express outrage at the White House use of riot control tactics on generally peaceful crowd to clear path for the president, the newspaper reports. So it was all out chaos when he arrived just for this photo op. Wow. He did not pray, the bishop, Mary E. Buddy, said to the Times, referring to the death of a Black man in police custody that set off the protest. She added, he did not mention George Floyd. He did not mention the agony of people who have been subjected to this kind of horrific expression of racism and white supremacy for hundreds of years. We need a president who can unify and heal. He has done the opposite of that, and we are left to pick up the pieces. One of the people on site gathered to those pieces, so he said everybody is trying to pick up the pieces on their own. So this priest said, I am deeply offended on the behalf of every protester, every Christian, the people at St. John, Lafayette Square, every decent person there, and the Black Lives Matter medics who stayed with just a single box of supplies and a backpack, even when I got too scared and I had to leave, Gorbasi said. I'm okay, but I am now a force to be reckoned with. So they used so much tear gas and chased so many people around the church. Even the people that were inside, the priests and the bishops that were inside, had to leave because they were so overwhelmed by everything that was going on outside and the tear gas that was coming into the church. So that's exactly what, so they pretty much ran the protesters off and the priests and the staff that was in the church out of there. Unbelievable. All of that over a photo op. A man that's holding a Bible backwards and upside down got his photo op at the expense of others. Wow. I mean, I knew about the protesters, but I had no idea the priests that were inside were forced out of the church because of Trump. Wow. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.